Hey there, geographers. It's Angela. So, I wanted to go over with you how to really turn in this assignment that has to do with teaching about plate tectonics. So, what is the reason for making you teach something? Well, research shows us that when we teach something, we actually learn it at a rate of 75%. It's the highest rate that we can actually learn something. So I encourage you, if you're ever studying for an exam or a test, what is the best way to ensure that you know the content that you're going to be taking a test or a quiz on? I encourage you to teach it. Teach it to your dog, teach it to any of your family members, your coworkers, or your loved ones. That is the reason for this assignment. So, what you're going to do here is I have provided a map that shows you the plates of the world. So, you're going to learn the following concepts here. So, you'll click on that, and that will take you to a place where you learn about plate tectonics. Then, what you are going to be doing is submitting a video of yourself answering the following questions. So, you are going to teach the process of plate tectonics. Now, if you would like to screen share, as I'm doing right now, you can do that using Studio. We all have access to Studio at LA in any of the LA community colleges. You can also use a free service called Screencastify. I use it a lot. I find it very easy to use. It's free. You can actually turn your videos into YouTube as well. Another great resource that Canvas has as well, and I'm going to go to a student view so you can go ahead and see what I'm talking about, is that if you would like to start an assignment, you click Start. And that what you do here is you go ahead and you can click Text Entry or Media. You can click either one. Click Text Entry or you can click Media. You click record or upload media. And what that is going to do automatically is that's going to show a video. And you can click record on here and you can then start recording your teaching moment. You click done, upload, and it's super easy to do. So, again, if you would like to go ahead and learn how to use video, there are three different ways. You either using Studio here, which you have access to. You can use Screencastify, which I use a lot as well. It's online at www.screencastify.com. Or you can start your assignment and you can either click text entry and go to this button and you click record, and that's going to bring you to the same place. You start recording. And if you would not like to show your face, that's absolutely fine. So when you click start recording, you can click mic only and it will just record your voice. So there are different options as well, like Screencastify, you do not have to show your face. So I completely understand if you don't want to show your face. There are options that you can use. Our media and our media option here and Screencastify both allow the option, and for Studio, all three allow for the option for just recording your voice. It's totally completely up to you which one you would like to do. You add it here and you click submit assignment. Now, what are you going to be teaching? You're going to be talking about the process of plate tectonics. It doesn't need to sound formal and it doesn't need to sound scientific. How would you explain plate tectonics to your dog, to your mom, to your coworker, to a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a loved one of some kind? How would you explain plate tectonics to them in your own words? It's really important to teach the words that you know in your head. Then you're going to tell them, how are the three major plate boundaries formed? Well, we know we have convergent, divergent, and transform. Those are the three. How are each of those forms? And then you're going to tell them, what are the landforms that are created by subduction zones? Well, we've got volcanoes. Volcanoes is a huge one. Subduction zone is what happens when two plates collide and one dives underneath the other. Give an actual location. Where is there an actual location of a subduction zone? Well, in California, I gave an example of a location not too far away. Although it's in Northern California, Oregon, and Washington, it is one of our closest subduction zones. What is a landform that's associated with continent-continent collisions? Just two continents, two plate tectonic continents colliding together. Well, I gave you guys the example of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are the largest mountain range on planet Earth, and they are formed by two plates colliding. Then you're going to explain the process of subduction and give examples. Again, when you have fully learned the concepts here, and I encourage you to really take the time to learn it so that doing the assignment will just become a lot easier for you. The last part of this is to try to teach someone what types of landforms are created by divergent plate boundaries. Name, locate two places. Now, if we go back to this link that I'm showing you and you learn the material, I go over all of the different ways that plates interact. I name the three. I talk about transform faults, divergent faults, and converging faults. And here is a map of all of them. So, divergent faults, which are faults that move away from one another, are represented in this very light red color. Faults or plate boundaries that are convergent, where crust is coming together, are represented in what looks like little teeth marks. Then we have transform plate boundaries, which transform plate boundary is an example of the San Andreas fault that we have right next to us. Those on the map here are represented by a straight black line, which you will find here in Southern California, most notably the San Andreas Fault. A transform plate boundary is when two plates slip past one another. So even by looking on a map, we can find locations where we have divergent, convergent, and transform plate boundaries. So even if you are having a difficult time reading all of the words, I also includes infographics. Here you can see the San Andreas Fault and this infographic here that goes over the different types of plate boundary work here as well. Here we are looking at a convergent plate boundary where you have two plates coming together, one diving underneath the other one, and creating what we call here a subduction zone. This subduction zone then creates volcanoes.